just going to do some stage rearranging because I all want you to look at me in the light. Yes, I'm that conceited. So, how are we doing tonight? Are we doing well? Yeah. Got a bit to drink, yeah? Yeah, feeling good? Good, it's going to be a good night. Right, so this is a fundraiser for LAS. Shout out if you're a lesbian. Good, shout out if you're queer. Don't shout if you're straight, this world is already built for you. So, my name's Ella. I go by Ella Nobre-Watts. It's an anglicised version of my actual name. My given birth name is Eliana Nobre-Watts. If anyone wants to spell that, one go, no try, I will buy you a drink. Terms and conditions can apply. I might not want to buy you the drink. But yeah, it's a weird, like, foreign name for a foreign person, and I already have so many, like, weird identity issues because it's just like a mixed race, I have a foreign name, like everything about me is just a bit like, eh. So I'm the token person of colour in my group of friends because I grew up with a lot of whites. Grew up in Brighton. It's a very nice, very liberal place. Very, very white. And yeah, so a lot of my friends just be like, oh no, I'm not racist. I'm friends with Ella. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I was once described as, a friend of mine said, hey Ella, you're like the blackest friend I know. First of all, did you see the way I just came in? Like that little dance I just did. I may have black African genes, but they are not exhibited today. Plus, I'm wearing Harry Potter glasses and a Strokes t-shirt. Yeah, it speaks for itself, really. Any of you watch Queer Eye? Yeah, there we go. I love Queer Eye. It is the best show. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's about 5 gay guys who make over someone's life. And one of them's like, gonna do your hair, gonna like trim your beard, it's gonna be all great. Another one's like, I'm gonna teach you how to dress so your wife won't leave you. And another one's like, I'm gonna teach you how to make guacamole, it's gonna be amazing. And one of them was like, tell me your deepest, darkest secrets and I will fix them. And then one of them, the trooper, his name is Bobby. Yes, people familiar with Bobby, yes. Bobby is really the gem of the show because he comes in, they have a week to make over these people's lives and he's like, I have built you a new house, I have fitted you this wonderful new kitchen, I tore out all the carpets and all the hardwood flooring and replaced it with marble. And one episode in the recent series, right, there was this lesbian black woman, right, and she had, yeah, you know. And she like just had this like terrible life where she was like abandoned by her adopted gay parents and like it was a deal. And what he did, he reunited her with her sister who she thought was her cousin. And he rebuilt this life for her and it was just like, oh my god. So not only does this guy rebuild your house, but he's also like reconnecting you with all this family and it's just like, Anthony just makes guacamole and everyone's like, oh my god, Anthony, we love Anthony, oh my god, he's so hot. And it's like, really? But maybe just because Bobby's a Virgo, and I identify with that a lot because I have a Virgo moon. Yes, I'm one of those astrology bitches. Don't judge me, I see all the dead faces in the crowd tonight. Yes, I'm going to talk about it and you're going to enjoy it, okay? Yeah. I told you, you're going to enjoy it. My ex thought I was very dumb for believing in astrology, and I said to him, you're Catholic. You're Catholic. Because you believe in a guy in the sky who drowned everyone in the world except for one hipster bearded dude at his boat zoo. You also banished Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden for getting their 5 a day. Yet, premarital sex is absolutely fine. By the way, just in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, apparently God is super, super cool with BJs and anal if you don't put a ring on it. Like, no, it's all okay. But you know, astrology's a fake science. Like, yeah. No, so I'm a Leo in case anyone was wondering. You know, I moved so the light was on me in case you couldn't tell that I'm a Leo. But yeah, but with my Virgo moon, two very opposing forces. If anyone knows anything about astrology, Leo and Virgo just don't get on, and they live within me. So it's a constant struggle of like, hey, look at me, I'm doing stand-up, this is great, life is great. What do you think you're doing, you dumb bitch? No one here's laughing. You think you're funny? And I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm a Leo, my Leo sun is shining, and my Virgo moon's like, we should live in a bin. It really is a fun seesaw of life to live on. I once managed to identify someone's sun sign just by looking at them. I was in a club and I was like doing my thing, my white girl thing, my half white girl thing. And this guy was chatting me up and we're chatting and I was like, you a Scorpio? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I thought so. And he was like, why did you think so? Because you look like you're about to ruin my life. And so I dated him for 3 months. And he did ruin my life. Yeah, he was like, to be fair, we had a lot of fun. He was a little bit older. By a little bit, I mean a lot older. Like late 30s, good job, good car. He had kids from a previous marriage. He's in midlife crisis because he's dating a 25-year-old. And it's like, it was all good. It was all good in the hood. And you know, I like to make people feel uncomfortable. So you know how I was talking about like, I'm the token person of colour in my friend group? Well, once I was hanging out with some friends and one of them works like in a hotel bar and he gets given these things called privilege cards. I will note that this friend is a white male. I thought privilege was a given, but I won't comment. So yeah, privilege cards. It entitles you to a free drink at the bar for however many cards you have. And I was like, there's a joke here somewhere. So I look at these cards and I'm like, is this to make up for the distinct lack of privilege I face as, you know, a woman of colour, you know, greedy bisexual, working class, foreign, and then he was like, just take my privilege, and his like already white face just went translucent, and it was great. So with this older guy I was dating, I liked to take advantage of making him uncomfortable. For example, we had a nice day out once, and you know, we went for lunch, and we went to the cinema, and it was all great and lovely, and we go to part ways. And we're in this very busy foyer of the cinema, and we go to kiss goodbye. And I really hammered up, like full PDA, leg over him, you know, just tongues everywhere. It was like just making a scene. And then just before we part, he turns around and I say, "Bye, Dad, thanks for the pocket money, see you next weekend," and run the other way. Just before I turn the corner, I go to look at him. His face is beetroot red, which is the only perk of dating a ginger man because you can see all the emotions on their face. I'm a nice person. So yeah, so I'm 25, and my favourite response to that is "fuck you." Because I hang out with like a lot of older people, and apparently my youth is intimidating to them. But it's fine, I'm not really that good at being young. I'm really bad with slang. I'm so behind on slang. Earlier today, I told my friend, yes, that song did not slap as hard as the other version. I was talking about Shania Twain's That Don't Impress Me Much. If you were wondering, the version that doesn't slap as hard is the country one. The dance mix is where you need to live. Yeah, but I remember when the term bae became very popular. And I didn't really understand what it meant, but I wanted to be cool because I was supposed to be like a young, hip millennial. So I was talking to a co-worker once who was like slightly younger than me, so I was like, I'm gonna impress her with this slang all the kids are using. And I told her I could really go for like a bae sandwich right now. Turns out, after a very awkward meeting with HR, bae was not what I thought it meant. They thought I was prepositioning her for a threesome with her partner. Turns out bae does not mean bacon. So yeah, that incident enough to turn me vegan. Yep, I said it, vegan. But you remember, I need to have all the minority points. You know, I'm a woman of color, you know, bisexual, working class, foreign. I need to have them all, or they don't let you into the Academy of Magna Pixie Dream Girls. And if I don't get my chance to sing in an elevator with Joseph Gordon-Levitt to the Smiths playing in the background, then life just isn't worth living. It just isn't. Come on. I already have one strike against my name for not having a fringe, so you know, I need all the chances I can get. I left a job recently, and I had the amazing task of writing up a process for my job. So like a training manual with every single thing my job entails, and I'm just like, Virgo Moon's coming out to play today, organization, I'm ready. So I did it step by step, how to do my job. I put in diagrams, I put in bar charts, I put in every single thing. I printed it out, full color, 50 pages in my hand. And you know what the best part is? We spiral bound it. Oh! Honestly, it was like the best moment of my life, better than any orgasm I've ever had. It was really amazing. I honestly feel like I'm going through a second puberty right now, because I'm either always angry or always horny. And except for being angry at my mum for not letting me wear like a belly top when I was like 8 years old, I'm angry at like society. Just general society, you know. But at the same time, I'm just like, I just want a dick in my mouth right now! It's a very complicated place to live. But speaking of belly tops, because that's a good segue, the one time my mum did let me wear a belly top, by the way, for all the 12-year-olds in the audience, is a crop top. It's what we call them in the early aughts. So yeah, the only time my mum did let prepubescent me wear a belly top, for some reason, was during my school talent show, where my friend roped me in to performing the top 10 single by Romanian Sweethearts, the Cheeky Girls. You know the song, the cheeky song, parentheses, touch my bum? Because that's appropriate for 9-year-olds to do on stage. But yeah, I have like vivid flashbacks of like that pink crop top and a cowboy hat. I don't know why we wore cowboy hats. And then just like, and we didn't even sing the song. We just had all 3 minutes and 22 seconds of the song playing in the background while we just did this. It was a ride. It was a time. And the worst part is, we did the dress rehearsal for that. And one of the mums, and I mean, I assume it was one of the mums, I hope it was one of the mums and not just a random woman off the street. It's like, oh girls, that was so good. Do you want me to teach you how to put like a little swing in your hips? And I said, I'm 9. Imagine if a man said that to a child. That is not appropriate at all. Are you just going to tell the girls who are doing all that jazz from Chicago that, oh, your lingerie is not lingerie enough? 9-year-old girls. I know Brighton's very liberal, but every time I think about that talent show, I'm just like, what were they thinking? Fucking hell. I was just hydrating, but sure. It's nice doing stand-up for a crowd that isn't in London. I live in London, so I do like the open mic circuit a little bit. And it's just an audience full of comedians waiting for their turn. So it's nice just to have people that enjoy being here. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave you on this little note. I graduated from therapy earlier this year. I was mentally ill, now I'm not. You don't get a certificate or anything, it's just a fun way to say, I'm not going anymore. And my therapist was like, so what are you going to do now that you're not like going to the sessions? I'm like, well, instead of paying you to just sit there and nod and ask me how things make me feel, when you know how things make me feel, I made a very detailed list, Virgo Moon, of how things make me feel and all the alternate realities around that. I'm just going to ask my friends for advice for free. Or, alternatively, I'm going to stand in front of a mic and do stand-up and tell strangers intimate details of my life. And the best part is, you paid to be here and you have to listen. Thank you, good night.